Hi, I'm Kathy Cheek with RCC Connections, and this time we're talking about EagleMania. It's a camp for kids here in Rockingham County, held at RCC every summer, and it teaches everything from cooking to robotics to CSI, and so much more. We're going to show you all of it in this half hour.
As soon as we're finished mixing all this up, we're going to eat.
Tell us a little bit about what you guys have been doing.
Well, yesterday we worked on learning the kitchen safety rules, and one of our biggest rules is what? No bleeding. No bleeding, that's right, because we're actually handling knives, so our biggest rule is no bleeding. And then we've also learned how to handle food safely so that we're not passing our germs from one to the other, which is very important. Yesterday we cooked eggs, and we also talked about handling eggs safely and staying away from salmonella poisoning when we're dealing with eggs. And we did some chopping. We chopped up apples yesterday and learned how to handle knives safely without much bleeding at all, so that was good.
That's always good.
Yes, it's always good. And then we learned to cook some French toast, and we put a few variations on it, like adding nutmeg into the cinnamon toast, and then we added some vanilla and then some maple flavoring into our mix, and we got to taste the different flavors that were produced. Today we worked on making potatoes, not from a box or any mix, but we actually took the potatoes out of the bag. They all skinned the potatoes, washed the potatoes, chopped the potatoes, boiled them, then they mashed them and mixed them up. So.
And you were kind enough to let me taste them, and you guys, you did great. They were absolutely delicious.
I don't see any complaints there. Most of them are it looks
done,
like every plate is just about there.
Just about done, and I think this one had a little second helping. It's that good. I would concur.
They also made no-bake peanut butter and chocolate cookies, and grilled ham and cheese sandwiches. So yesterday we focused in on breakfast foods, and today we worked on lunch-type foods. Tomorrow we've got in store doing some pizza and also some breads and spaghetti. So we'll also kind of be doing a dinner or lunch type thing. Thursday we're going to make chicken pot pie, and Friday we're having meatloaf and pineapple upside down cake. Lunch is usually when they get done with this, and then they get to have the fun part, which is cleaning up and washing the dishes, which is good. However, Dylan told me the other day at his house, the rule is the person that cooks doesn't have to clean up.
That was the rule at my house growing up, Dylan. I appreciate that. That's good.
In this class, everybody cooks and everybody cleans up.
There you go. That is excellent. We've got Sydney and Anna, and you girls, kind of tell us why you decided to take cooking.
Well, we were kind of bored in summer, and so we saw the website, and we just decided to sign up.
And I don't know how to cook anything, and my mom's birthday's next week, and I kind of wanted to surprise her by cooking something for her birthday.
How sweet. All right, so tell me about what you've learned to cook so far. Are you excited about it?
Yes, we've learned how to cook eggs, French toast, mashed potatoes,
turkey and cheese sandwich, these really good no-bake cookies, and they're really easy to make because you don't have to use the oven, and my mom doesn't really like me using the oven that much when she's not home, so I think these would be a good recipe for me to make her for when we go camping and stuff. So
that's a great idea. So are you going to cook anything when you get home?
Yeah, I'm probably going to cook my mom some stuff. I'm probably try this.
Yeah,
she'll probably like it.
My friend made these one time, but I didn't know how to make them, and I got the recipe down, and I did not know how to do the measurements at all.
So a little bit of math involved.
Yeah. He would call out how many fourths are in this, and we'd have to figure out the fraction, which was kind of hard, but because I've been out of school, but I kind of got back to it and stuff, so I figured out the answers and stuff. So
all right, ladies. Well, we're proud of you, and we hope you have a great week. And the cookies were delicious, I'll tell you firsthand. Thanks, ladies. And you were telling me that you're not only just teaching them about cooking skills, but also about the money involved.
Yes, yesterday we did the figuring, and each one of them had an egg and some French toast, and we figured out that we could make a whole breakfast for several people, about 8 people, for just a few dollars.
That's excellent.
It is. So they understand now that it is a whole lot cheaper to make the stuff at home by themselves than going to the store and buying the pre-made stuff in the freezer.
And it always tastes better.
Oh, it does taste better, doesn't
tastes
it?
better.
Did it taste better?
Yeah, all right. Thank you, guys. We hope you have a great time this week, and we'll hope to see you maybe doing some cooking in a professional category someday, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, thank you guys so much. We'll be right back. And we're at the musical theater camp. We're talking with Beverly Burke and Meredith Knowlton. Ladies, tell me a little bit about, I mean, this is only a couple of days into it and they've already learned so much.
Well, they're a very, very bright group of kids. They're here because they want to be here. They love music, they love dance, they love acting. So we've got it made, basically.
So tell me a little bit about the story of this musical that you're doing.
Okay, it's based on The Wizard of Oz, only it's what happens after The Wizard of Oz ends. And they have all this conflict, and it's how they should have resolution, which will help the kids in their everyday lives, we hope. So there's a lesson to be learned.
We always try to make sure there's a moral for all the shows that we do at Musical Theater Camp each summer. And after 10 days, we'll put on this play for the kids' parents and their friends and whatnot. And the kids get so excited about being on stage and performing.
So tell me, you were telling me a little bit about that you've taught them some things besides just what the music and the dance and the lines and all that. What else have you?
We taught them audition skills yesterday, and you know how you should behave in an audition. And we taught them that you'll do a dance audition, learn a song, and then do some acting. And so they did that yesterday, and then the show was cast. And then today they just found out their parts, and they've learned these 2 dances in basically 2 days.
And there's expressions within the music that they didn't understand, and so we're also teaching them some literature terms, some arts terms, dance terms, music terms, so it's an education for them.
But mostly it's just a lot of fun.
We're having a great time, we hope they are.
And how do you manage the difference in ages? Because you've got some little tiny ones to some definitely older ones.
Well, the older ones mentor the little ones. They serve as leaders, and we will alternate an older child with a smaller child so that the smaller one does have someone that they can turn to for help. So it works very well, actually.
And you guys have been doing this a long time.
I think I've been doing it 5, 6 years.
I think this is probably my at least 10th year. I've been here, even when it was a different program. I've been doing it for a long, long time.
So obviously the rewards for you guys are great.
Can't beat them. Fantastic.
Okay. Another part of EagleMania is fun fitness, and so we are in the gym here at RCC. We're talking to Jermaine Kosar.
Hey, how you doing?
Thanks, Jermaine, for joining us. So you've got a great group of kids, kind of young, but you're doing all things fitness. Tell us a little bit about what you guys been doing today and what they're doing now.
Today, I was introducing the sport of basketball to them. Just teaching them a little bit basic fundamentals of basketball, the different positions, like what's the primary function of a point guard, a shooting guard, small forward, a power forward, and a center. Set them up with some basic defenses, and then I taught them some dribbling, taught them how to dribble with the left and the right hand, and then show them how to do some layups, and then we're trying to get them to practice what they've play what they've been practicing, but you see how it's going. So, did he make it? All right.
All right. How cool. And then, so what else will you be teaching this week?
Well, yesterday we did football, speed and agility. Tomorrow's a soccer day. We're going to go over some fundamentals of soccer, the permanent positions, like, what does a forward, what does a defender do, what does a goalie do. And then Thursday, hopefully we can go over some more baseball and trying to do some field events with track and field, like what happens in the long jump or the hurdles and stuff like that. Just trying to introduce them to different types of sports and stuff like that.
So Jermaine, as an instructor, what makes you want to come out and do this?
I just like kids and I like sports. So you put two together and this is what you get. So I'm very passionate about the youth and trying to grow them up and develop them. And I think sports is a good way of teaching them about life. There's teamwork, there's ups, there's downs, there's drawbacks, there's mistakes. But in the end, if you play a good game, you'll win.
All right, so it looks like they're having a lot of fun, and I heard you tell them to let the girls play every now and then.
We only have 2 girls in the camp, but one of them, she's going to impose the will regardless. No matter what's going on, she's going to get the ball. And the other one, she's more of a girly girl, but she's participating. That's all you want them to do is just participate and learn the fundamentals of the game.
All right, thank you, Jermaine, so much for joining us.
All right.
We're going to talk now with the 2 ladies that are really in charge of all of this EagleMania and find out kind of what it's all about. We want to talk with Helen Poksheva and Carol Underwood. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. So kind of tell me about the purpose of EagleMania.
The purpose of EagleMania is to have an avenue for the children of this county and the surrounding area to have access to some fun, training in the summertime, fun with meeting new people and learning new skills while school is not in session.
And Carol, tell us about some of the classes that are offered, because it's not always the same every week.
Right. Every week we offer a variety of classes, some art classes, some fitness classes, musical, robotics. And this year we've added cosmetology to our lineup, and so we try to offer a variety of classes to get as many interests of the children of the area, and we take suggestions from the children in the classes the year before, and they have suggested a variety of things from boot camp to military boot camp to robotics, horsemanship. We do a horsemanship at Greystone, outdoor adventure and fishing. We do those off campus. But most of all of our classes are on campus, and they last from, some classes are 2 hours a day, some are 3 hours, some are in the morning, some are in the afternoon, and most classes last a week. Now we have several that go for 2 weeks. We have musical theater, which is going on now, and we also have pottery and clay makers, which will start, pottery will start next week and go for 2 weeks. So we try to really get a variety of things because children have different interests. And we go from age rising first graders to rising ninth graders.
How fun. And so you guys have been doing this a while.
A while, yeah.
And it isn't something that is just thrown together about spring, you start thinking about it, is it?
Absolutely not. We started working together about 5 years ago, and we changed the name. Previously it was College for Kids. So we had an advisory committee come together, and we had a group from the school system and a lot of different representatives that really studied what we thought the children would want to have in the summer. And we decided enrichment in terms of having fun things, giving the children opportunities that they don't have during the school year and the academics. We like to have some of the classes that focus on math and science, but in general we like for the kids to come here on the campus in a safe environment and be able to have a good time and meet new friends. So we've really worked hard all year, working in partnership with the school system. Carol is with the school system, and we interact with a lot of people here to put this together. So we're really starting, as soon as we finish 1 year, we start another year.
We might take off September. We don't do as much in September, but October we really get busy again. And when she was talking about the math and science, as y'all saw in the cooking class this morning, the instructors quite often will incorporate without the kids really thinking, oh, I'm doing science or I'm doing math.
So if we're going to put a 1/4 cup of butter in the potatoes, how much we're going to use?
Because we did have Exploring Our World, we had, which did a lot with science this year, and we also had a clay animation class. And what I've tried to do is get a lot of school teachers to come in and be instructors in our classes. And our clay animation, in fact, was our technology teacher at the school where I teach. And that was a really fun class for the kids to use. You know, kids have so much technology knowledge, more so than a lot of us do, but she was able to channel a lot of that and do hands-on clay work with the technology. So, you know, we do academics without the kids knowing we're doing academics. And being a teacher, you know, we're always trying to find a way to the kids learn without really thinking, oh, I've got to hit the books again, or this is just like school.
A little bit more fun, hopefully, right?
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the cost. What's the cost range for camp?
We have really tried hard over the last 5 years to hold the price of the classes down. In general, they're $60 usually for the week. There are some exceptions. It depends on whether they're 2-week sessions or a 1-week session. So on average, they're $60 a week, and you come, you choose, pick and choose. It's not a camp that you stay all day. You'll choose 2-hour, 3-hour classes. You could do mornings, you could do afternoons. So it's a variety, and it's set up so you can choose exactly what you like.
And we do have some children that stay through, and we supervise them. They're responsible for bringing their lunch, but we do offer that. We will supervise them during that time, so parents don't have to come. If they've found a class that they want in the morning and there's a class in the afternoon of the same week, we've got children that do take both. And we will, we let the parents know that they don't have to come back and forth to pick the kids up. And parents seem to appreciate that.
I would imagine. Quickly, tell me about if there are scholarships available for those children in the county who may not be able to afford, even though it is a very reasonable cost for a camp. What's the situation there if somebody would need some help?
Well, we have, in the past few years, we've gotten grants from different organizations, and some of those are earmarked for scholarships. And if we get those grants, the years that we get those grants, we do offer scholarships, and parents can fill out a form, and they let us know their situation, and if they qualify, then they are allowed so much money per child for the summer. And some kids, and we've had some parents this year that were allowed so much, and their kids wanted to take more, and the parents have said, if I can come up with the rest of it, can my children take more? And of course that is very loud, and the parents are very, on the whole, very appreciative of what's available. And I had a parent this morning say, this is all my children get to do during the summer, and I really appreciate the opportunity that you all have allowed through the scholarships.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, so much. I really appreciate you talking with us.
Okay, thank you.
We're going to talk now with one of our EagleMania campers. This is Dylan Ward. He is going to be a 6th grader in the fall, and he's taking CSI. So Dylan, kind of tell me what you've been learning in the last couple of days.
Well, we started off with fingerprints, and we had a lot of objects that we would take the powder and we would dust them for prints, and then when you would take the tape, you would put the tape on the fingerprint, pull it up, and put it on a piece of paper. And then we got our prints taken.
Oh, so now you've been fingerprinted.
Yes.
So if you do anything wrong, they've got you on record, buddy.
Yep.
So why did you decide you wanted to take CSI?
It sounded interesting. And I wanted to learn how, to solve mysteries, because frankly, I don't even really do mystery books. I just wanted to see if it was interesting, and it is.
So far, so good?
Yep.
And you also took cooking. Tell me how you like cooking.
It's really fun. My mom is the cook in the house, and I'd like to follow in her footsteps.
So do you think doing CSI, you want to be a police officer?
No, I just want them to learn about how to, the criminal mind will think, because I want to be a lawyer.
Okay. Well, that is great, Dylan. Thank you for talking to me, and I know you're going to have fun the rest of the week here at EagleMania. All right, we're in the robotics room, and we're going to talk with Lynn Nesbitt. He's the one who's teaching this class. And so, Lynn, kind of tell us what robotics is about for those of us who might not know.
Well, this particular bot is a Lego bot, and for these kids, it's teaches them critical thinking skills, the ability to work together, and just the ability to sit down and take something from nothing and put it together.
And so what does it do?
Well, this particular bot can be programmed to do several different things. We have a couple of different games here. One of them is a golf game, and the bot will be programmed to follow the circle around. It's a little dark line that'll follow. And then on the other side of the room, we have a Lego city that we're in the process of building, and the bot will be programmed to navigate through the city.
So during this week, kind of take us from start to finish. What will happen?
Well, from start these are brand new kits. We took them out of the package yesterday, so that took a little while to unpack them.
About how many pieces are in the kit?
You're talking about 428 pieces in one kit. We have 12 kits.
Wow.
It's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts and small pieces too. So we unpacked yesterday. We spent yesterday putting the bots together. This one was completed. It takes some of the groups a little longer than 3 hours to put them together, and then this afternoon we'll finish that project, and then we'll work on our Lego city, trying to get it put up and ready to go.
And then by Friday, what will we be doing?
Well, tomorrow, if all goes well and all the bots are together, we'll download the program, and then we'll play is what we'll do by Friday. Just let the robots drive themselves around. So it'll be sort of competition oriented.
All right. And so these are kind of young kids, but so is it a robot per team, or how is that working?
Well, right now I've got 12 bots, so I assigned two of these young men to a bots, and that's the way they're working right now. That just works out well. You can typically put about 3 kids on a bot at this age level, but after that, you start putting more than 3 in there, then you're going to have some issues, some working issues. You really are.
So it's a great way for them to learn teamwork.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely a team-oriented thing, and again, it teaches them critical thinking skills and the ability to work collaboratively. And just, again, there's no real instructions. All the parts are in a box. You take it out, follow the book. It's basically all pictures in the book, and they have to follow through and put all that stuff together. So it's a challenge, it really is.
So you're not like going, okay, put this piece on this and this piece on that.
No, when we first started this, I told them from the very beginning I was not going to do that. I think it works better if I don't do that. They don't learn anything when I do that. But when they learn by trial and error, then they can put it together. And then they're also able to go and help their fellow classmates work on it too, which I find is as exciting as anything. That some of them can move back into the classroom and basically teach, and I tend to be the facilitator more than anything else.
All right, so let's see what actually happens when you got one of these finished.
Okay.
We got a couple of kids with us today. They're going to show us how one actually works, right? Okay, guys, show us.
And there it is.
That is so cool.
And if we had the sensor programmed, what would happen is it would be turned around on the black circle, and the bot would follow the black circle. The balls that you hear the kids playing with in the background are part of that game, and the robots are capable of being programmed to knock the balls in and out of the circle in a little game.
So now, will they do any of the programming at all, or is that kind of something obviously you've already done, or that comes with this program?
It comes with the kit. The programs come with the kit. What I'm going to do is bring the laptop over. Depending on their ability on the computer, I'm going to turn them loose on it. I'm not going to hold their hand doing that. This is one of the organization that really supports the robotics community is called FIRST, and this is the Lego level of it. This level that you see here on my shirt is FRC, which is the First Robotics Challenge. That's the largest level. That bot weighs 120 pounds. We travel, and those teams compete from all over the world. They have 6 weeks to put it together from basically a box of junk is what it is. And design the bot, program the bot, and set it up to do whatever game's going to be played. So this level, for me, being a high school instructor,
right?
That's really our goal here, is to bring these kids from this age. So by the time they get to the high school and they get to me, they just look at me and go, "Hey, go away and sit down, and I'll call you if I need you," and they turn right to a robot.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to build here. And in the long run, I think we're going to be very successful with it.
So we do want to point out that Lynn is doing this summer with these kids, but you are the leader of the team at Reidsville that has done so well internationally.
Well, thank you. We finished, we competed in the regional competition in South Carolina and won there, and then we went to the world competition in St. Louis and competed there, finished roughly 13th in the world out of the over 400 teams that were competing there.
Wow.
So it was fabulous. It really was. It was just, and it's fabulous to be in that environment too. You have a lot of very smart, driven young men and women that are working on this. And if I may, if you're paying close attention, robotics are becoming more and more ubiquitous in our society. They're just there, and we don't realize what they're doing.
So what would you say? I mean, what's going to be the point of this for the high school student and moving on in this world?
Again, these pieces of equipment are becoming, just a part of our society. I read a piece in the New York Times last week where they'd done a play on stage there in New York, and the robots, actual moving robots, were actors in the play. So what they'd done was they'd melded the drama department and the technology department together, and those are the type of things I think you'll see in the future, in our coming future, really quickly too. Those things are happening now. I mean, the cars can drive themselves. We have actors. There's just so much going on with it. It's fascinating. It really is.
All right. Thanks, Lynn, so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. What fun for these kids. You can tell that they're having a good time, and I know that you'll have fun teaching them and growing them so that when they get to high school level, you'll get to use them and take them, and we'll look for you to be first.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. This has been RCC Connections. I'm Kathy Cheek.